know that sir has given three topics: first news, second story, and third was vocabs of English. So I'd like to first represent of the news. Now I'm going to tell you about the first news. Donald Trump has proclaimed and said that for the Chinese students which they have come for studying and for the recruitment, then they are trying to remove for the Chinese people because they are totally hated for the Chinese people. And the second news was it was very really important because this was related to the literacy rate. So I would like to tell you about the literacy rate. So with 96.2% literacy, Kerala has once again emerged as the most literate state in the country, while Andhra Pradesh featured at the bottom with a rate of 66.4%. So, showed a report based on National Statistics Office NSO survey. After Kerala, Delhi has the best literacy rate, followed by the Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Assam. But it is really very bad news for the Rajasthan because Rajasthan is the second worst performer with a literacy rate, and followed by the Bihar, Telangana, UP, and MP. And the male literacy rate is higher than the female literacy rate. And I would like to also tell you about the third news which are related to the Kangna. CRPF, as we know that they stand, when we stand the full form of CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force. This is the very largest and biggest force in the country. So they have provided Y plus security to threat for Kangna Rawat because she was in the threat situation, and as we know that she was the 61st VIP comes in India. So they are trying to provide the security. And I would like to also tell you about the fourth news about the Asian Development Bank. Asian Development Bank and the government of India signed a 500 million loan and the first tranche of a total 1 billion facility to build up the modern high speed 82 kilometer Delhi to Meerut regions rapid transit system corridor. It's just because to improve the regional connectivity and mobility India's national capital region, as we know that the NCR, and the first tranche loan support construction of the first third priority roll corridors planned under the NCR region plan 2021 to connect Delhi to other cities in the adjoining state. And all, I would also like to tell you about the fifth news which are related to the vaccine. We know that India has launched the Covaxin for the coronavirus patients and they are approved. But I would like to tell you about the UNICEF. So, world's largest and fastest ever operation of its kind, UNICEF will be leading the procurement and supply of coronavirus vaccines to ensure that all countries have safe, fast, and equitable access to initial basis and when they are available. And the United Nations Children's Funds, UNICEF, world's largest single vaccine buyer, United Nations, because they have purchased, and UNICEF lead efforts to procure and supply basis of COVID-19 vaccines because they are providing to supply the doses of COVID-19 vaccines on the behalf of the COVAX global vaccine. So facility for 92 low and the lower middle income countries whose vaccines purchases will be supported by the mechanism. That's it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to tell you about the story I'm going to represent which sir has given. So this is a moral story and related to the blind girls. So there was a blind girl who hated herself purely for the fact that she was blind. The only person did not hate was her loving boyfriend because he doesn't hate from him. So as he was always there for her, and she said that if she could only see the world, she would marry him, she said to her boyfriends. Then one day someone donated a pair of eyes to her, and now she could see everything, including her boyfriend. Her boyfriend asked her, now that you can see the world, will you marry me? The girl was shocked when she saw that her boyfriend was blind too and refused to marry him because her boyfriend walked away in tears and later wrote a letter to her saying, just take care of my eyes, dear. Then moral of this story, because they teach and learns that कि when our circumstances changes, so does our mind. Some people may not be able to see the way things were before and might not be able to appreciate them. So there are many things to take away from this story, not just once. So this is one of the inspirational short story that left me speechless. We should always take care of those who are loving me, because girls was blindfold, but after then boyfriends loved her. But after donating their eyes, he doesn't know कि boyfriend was donated their eyes to these girls. But after then girls refused to marry, then he got startled and said कि when I got blind, then he refused me. So this is really very inspiration, and we should always think कि when circumstances have comes in our, then we should never change our mentality and changes thoughts. So this is a really very bad impact, and but this is really very inspirational, because who's loving to and care of us, then we should always think about them and care and respect of them. Now I'm going to tell you about the two words which sir has given, the words of the antonyms and synonyms. So first I would like to represent the word of the detrimental. It means that नुकसानदेह या हानिकारक. We can say it easily that detrimental behavior है, detrimental activity है, detrimental medicine है. I'm going to tell you about the word spelling of the detrimental. detrimental, detrimental. It means that नुकसानदेह. The synonyms of these words are harmful and damaging. And we can take the instances of, I would like to say the example of detrimental with related to the sentences. His behavior is detrimental to my business. मेरे business के लिए उसका behavior नुकसानदायक है, वो मुझे नुकसानदायक पहुंचाएगा. The I would like to also tell you about the antonyms of this word, the detrimental: beneficial and benign. Beneficial, 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 and benign, benign, benign. And we can also take an example and with the sentences of the word detrimental. It has detrimental effects on my business. उसका detrimental effects पड़ सकता है मेरे business पे. Now second example, what we are doing is not detrimental to others. जो हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं वो दूसरों को नुकसानदा नहीं होगा. अगर if you take any medicine and this is really a very bad impacts on your health, then you can make a sentence with a word of detrimental. You can use the word, जैसे for example, this medicine could have detrimental effects on your health. यह जो तुम्हारा दवा है ये तुम्हारे हेल्थ पे, स्वास्थ्य पे इफेक्ट पड़ सकता है. And now I would also like one more sentences which are related to the detrimental. Your ego could be detrimental to your married life. तुम्हारे जो ये शादीशुदा का जो जीवन है या जो तुम्हारा ईगो है, ये तुम्हें पूरा detrimental, ये तुम्हें पूरा बर्बाद, ये तुम्हें पूरा नुकसान कर सकता है. Your ego could be detrimental to your married life. And now I'm going to tell you about the second word, misappropriate. It means that दूसरों का माल खाना. It was related, casually related to the money, because when we do work in the bank sector, employees work, then they boss या financial person which they have corrupt to their money. So we can easily use in the money system. मिसएप्रोप्रिएट मतलब मीन्स दैट दूसरों का माल खाना, गबन करना. आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू अबाउट द स्पेलिंग ऑफ द मिसएप्रोप्रिएट. MISAPPROPRIATE, misappropriate. For example, I am going to tell you about the sentences which are correlated to the misappropriate. First, the finance manager misappropriated company funds. जो फाइनेंस मैनेजर थे उन्होंने मिस अप्रोप्रिएट किया कंपनी फंड्स के आधा पैसा, मतलब वो खा गए. and he has been accused of misappropriating 10 lakh rupees. उन्हें 10 लाख रुपीस accused दोषी पाया गया क्योंकि उन्होंने पैसा हड़पा इसलिए. I am going to tell you about the sentences which are related to the synonyms of the misappropriate. First is expropriate. Expropriate. And we can take other words: abscond with. I'm going to tell you about the words of expropriate: expropriate. Again, I am repeating the words: expropriate, expropriate. And the second word was abscond with. abscond, abscond with. Abscond के साथ we will always use the word with. And second word, you can take an example of confiscate या borrow. Confiscate, confiscate, confiscate. That's it. Thank you guys. Thank you, sir. Sir has given these graphs and photographs, pictographs, where they represents that there are many peoples in their circumstances, and they have come to interact with the others people, because very people and their variety types others belongs to come this in this zoo. And this is the zoo where different types of animals we have also seen in these pictures: reptiles, horse, snakes, horse, tigers, horse, Jews, horse. So there are so much childrens which are enjoying to their balloons, but there are lots of childrens which are scared to the tigers, and they are trying to funny and making to laugh. And lots of people which are enjoying also to swing and enjoy the nature's beauty. That's it. I don't have too much idea about these pictures because this was off a skit, and this is not so much clear to me. So that's it.
Good evening, sir. Today's news is Golden Temple Gates FCRA means Foreign Contribution Regulation Act registration. The Union Home Ministry has guaranteed the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act registration to Gurudwara Harmandir Sahib or the Golden Temple in Amritsar. It will now enable the Golden Temple to receive foreign donations. The foreign contribution can be used by the Sikh shrine for providing financial and medical assistance to the needy. It can also be used to organize langar, which is a free community kitchen. And the second news is India ranked 105th position in Global Economic Freedom Index 2020. India has been ranked 105th position Global Economic Freedom Index 2020. Annual report by Canada's Fraser Institute, which has been released in India in conjunction with the Center for Civil Society, New Delhi based think tank. This is the 24th edition of Economic Freedom of the World. Thank you, sir. And the next task is looking at this picture, it looks like this is a zoo in which there are many elephants, snakes of different colors, and also many monkeys. One of them is sitting in a tree while the other is sitting in the ring. In this way, all monkeys are getting enjoy. There is also reptile house. Not only this, a lot of visitors have come to see this zoo. Most children are in these visitors. Some of the children are afraid of seeing animals, and some children are teasing them like animals. Some are even taking photos. All animals are kept in the boundary so as not to hurt the visitors. Thank you, sir. Two words are: first is enable. Enable means to prepare, allow. Sentence: scholarship enabled him to study abroad. And the ento of this word prevent, resist, and the second word is release means to free. Example: the police will release the suspect, while ento of this word is suppress. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Today's news are Meghalaya launched India's largest piggery mission. The state government of Meghalaya has launched India's biggest piggery mission with an outlay of 209 crores. It is being launched under the aegis of Meghalaya Livestock Enterprises Advancement Society and funded by the National Cooperative Development Corporation. The main objective of the piggery mission is to reduce the annual import of pork worth 150 crores and make Meghalaya self-sufficient in pork production over the next 3 years. Another news is 13th Aero India 21 to be held in Bengaluru in February 2021. The 13th edition of Aero India 2021 is scheduled to be held at Air Force Station Yelahanka, Bengaluru, Karnataka from 3 to 7 February 2021. Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh has launched the website for Aero India 2021. Aero India is in Asia's largest air show and aviation exhibition held biennially in Bengaluru since 1996. Now, second task is to say two words. First word is exhibit, which means to display or to show. The antonyms of exhibit is mask or conceal. Now, there is an exhibition of jewelry. Another word is reduce, means diminish. Antonyms of this word is grow. There is a tendency to reduce rate on real property. Thank you, sir.
Good evening, all of you. Hope you all are doing good. Okay, so today's my first news is playback singer Anuradha Padwal's son Aditya Padwal passes away at 35. He breathed his last on Saturday morning. As per reports, he had been ill for the past few months and was suffering from kidney ailments. He was hospitalized due to the same. He died due to kidney failure. Aditya Padwal was a music arranger and producer. Earlier this year, in an interview, he had talked about his mother. He had said she has made a mark in devotional music. People still get moved by her performance. I have been people's lives changing after listening to her devotional artis and mantras. I would like to come up with a composition for my mother. My second news is the US has signed a framework for defense cooperation with the Maldives to deepen engagement in support of maintaining peace and security in the strategic Indian Ocean. The Pentagon has announced as the Trump administration looks for strengthening alliances in the Indo-Pacific to counter China's growing presence in the region. Excuse me. The framework for defense and security relationship was signed in Philadelphia on September 10th between Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for South and Southeast Asia Reed Warner and Maldivian Ministers of Defense Maria Didi. Okay, so the two words is first word is advent. Advent means आविर्भूत हो मतलब किसी चीज़ का आना. The antonym of advent is departure and the synonym of the advent is arrival. And the sentence is we are waiting for Ma Durga's advent. The second word is isolate. मतलब किसी चीज़ किसी को मतलब किसी चीज़ को दूर रखना, सबसे दूर रखना, आइसोलेट. द synonym of isolate is separate and the antonym of isolate is assemble. Oh, okay. And my sentence is the COVID patients are isolating from the rest of the world. Okay, so as this task, I can see in this picture that this is a zoo, and people are come here to see the animals and the predators creatures. And I can see that so many animals and creatures are available in this picture. Okay, I can see in this picture there is a reptile house, and I also can see that polar bear, lions and chimpanzees, hippos in the water. Everywhere is animals and the creatures are there. And I can also see that there is a couple uh, who are talk to each other, to facing each other, and one boy with a balloon which is uh, like written zoo on this balloon. And one kid did prank on his friend with a toy snake. And there is a girl who pointing out this polar bear to his friend. And there was a man who also capturing photograph with his camera. Yeah, I can see this kind of things in these videos. There is a very big water park and the lots of animals are there. And yeah, this is a very good picture. This is a uh, picture for children's, and absolutely this is a very enjoyment area, most of for the kids. All no kids are really want to go to zoo for seeing the animals. Okay, so yeah, that's all. Trees are also there. Okay.
Good evening, friends. So, by looking at this picture, I can see that this is a very beautiful picture of zoo. So, zoo is a place where all the animals, birds, reptiles are kept. When I saw this picture first time, then I remembered my childhood days when when we used to go zoo and do such funny things like their mimicry and all. Zoo is always been a great entertainment source for children and kids. Coming towards the picture, one boy is trying to mimic the lion or make it afraid. I don't know what exactly he is doing. And the boy beside him with the balloon, he is looking very nervous and afraid. One boy is capturing the beautiful scenes and activities of animals. The the man in black dress is looking like guard. He is placing fishes in the water. And many visitors are near white bear. They are enjoying their activities, and one of girl is pointing out to white bear. Maybe she has find something new. And apart from this, men are near the reptile house. Men are running. um, they found reptiles like maybe snake is crawling towards them, so maybe it can bite them, so they are running. And behind the reptile house there are many giraffes and elephants, and monkeys are dancing. And it has always amazed to see, and it is very enjoyable to see them dancing because their activities are very funny.
So yeah, I think I have covered all the things in the picture. So yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Very good. Very good work. All of you, those who have said, very good. Nice. Muskan, Shubham, Sakshi, Sanjay, and Radhika. Well done. Well done. Good. I want others also to come and say anything. It is not necessary to complete all the task. Just say on any task. It is up to your time. I know that all of you are busy in your work, but at least do any one task. It will be good and also beneficial for you also. Okay, so join more and more, say more and more. Okay, I expect this from you. Thank you.